All right. Well, it's been a long time since we've done anything, but at Caleb's request, I suppose. Not really, kind of, sort of, maybe.
I
Want to do
floated
some,
the idea.
yeah, some commentary on the sequel trilogy of the Star Wars movies, which might be kind of fun. I mean, it'll be something. I don't know. I mean, what hasn't been said about these movies?
Let's get
Good,
into it
bad,
and then we'll
ugly.
talk about it.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a good idea.
We are watching this on the Blu-ray release, the first Blu-ray release. This is not. I don't know if they've changed anything with subsequent releases or on Disney
I
Plus.
doubt it.
Yeah, I'm just to let people know, just for clarification.
As if you care, they
Well,
care.
who knows? They might change something like down the road.
All right. Well, as of right now, we're at zero,
Minutes and
zero.
0 seconds.
Yeah. And I'm gonna hit play in three, two, one, play.
1 second, 2, 3. We see. Okay. I think they get the point now.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
Do you, before we get into ripping this movie apart?
Well, okay, yeah.
Do you remember seeing this for the first time?
Actually, no.
What?
Because I don't. Because I didn't see it in theaters. Yeah.
Bull.
I
You
swear.
didn't see The Force Awakens in the
No,
theater?
I did
What?
not.
I didn't know
see
that.
this. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I did not see it.
So you're
I
not a real
don't-
fan.
I guess so. I want to say I saw like spoilers, like I knew the whole Han Solo dying thing, and I don't remember exactly why I didn't go see it. It might have been one of those things where I saw it when it came out, as weird as that, like on
Yeah.
hard media.
Oh, I thought I was gonna say
I don't.
AFTA.
Maybe I watched it on after. I don't remember honestly, but yeah, I was excited though. I mean, as everyone was, because it was like, oh, the trailer looked promising. The whole anything they teased in the movie was like, okay, yeah, this could be something. As with, I don't know, that initial kind of we're bringing it back phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, I did.
What was your initial, I guess, reception of this movie when you first saw it?
When I first saw it? It was like, okay, that was a lot like 4, but this is also a soft reboot. So it's like, okay, so we're gonna get something new and
Yeah.
exciting after this, and this is just all set up.
Hmm. I mean, as everyone who wanted to believe this would all be good
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
everyone who wanted this to be good said that. I think.
Have you heard the thing where it's like Disney News was bad because it's like looks like a middle finger coming up right immediately at the beginning, like at
Yeah.
the front of that shit, and so it's like that's a
Yeah.
little, no.
It's like they knew from the get go. But then they had that line a little later. It was like the Lord San, whatever his name is, Tekka guy, the old one. First line of the movie. This will begin to make things right, or something like that. You know what I'm talking about.
I think
But it was sort of like their way of, course correcting or taking it to a new position of where Star Wars is back, so to speak, and like loved. And
Star Wars never left really.
well, yeah, sure.
It's been in the zeitgeist for
A good minute.
yeah. This was like
This will begin to make things right. I guess a lot of these things aren't going to age well. Gosh, I think.
I remember also that guy. He's like, oh, Max von Sydow's going to be in the movie. He's like a famous classical actor.
Yeah,
And then so
and in the movie,
and
it's like a couple of minutes.
well, yeah, I don't think we see him much more after this.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I think from the beginning that I
But
feel like
it's
I
like
know.
right here. It's like, oh look, it looks like gross film on the binoculars still.
Yeah,
It's like it's just like episode five.
I'm a kid again. uh, yeah, I don't know. Like at this point, it's like okay,
I will say this right off the bat, just coming into this, of the sequel trilogy, this is the best one.
Yeah, I would say so too. Um, as weird as that sounds, given what it is, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
basically the fourth movie, as everyone has said before, just recycled and rebranded in a way. Uh, but yeah,
but they have an excuse. They have a little. I don't not that I like to give Disney any excuses, honestly, but they did have a little bit of an excuse with that. Like, there are people that haven't seen a Star Wars movie. They're trying to get people that haven't seen a Star Wars movie since 1983 to come to this.
yeah, but like, I don't know. I I I don't think they should have played it
This
this
safe.
well. I mean, yeah, they played it safe in the, I guess, the skeletal outline of the story, you know, and that it is again like A New Hope. But the whole they took a little bit of a risk with the whole Han Solo thing like that.
I don't think they did.
I mean,
I didn't. I actually managed to stay completely away from spoilers from this movie.
really,
Yeah, actually, pretty much all the movies I was able to stay away from. I wasn't like. I know you were
mm.
real easy to go onto Reddit and
Dude, this trilogy, yeah, man. I don't know what it was, but the whole idea of like fan theories, the whole plot leak thing.
yeah,
I don't know why, but I was super into that.
yeah. Anytime I heard like, if I saw
Sorry.
anything, that's fine. Anything that was when I heard like, oh, a plot leak, and it's like, okay, turn it off. Not gonna read it. Nothing.
Yeah.
I managed to be. I managed to go into these movies pretty blind,
Mm.
which
It's Finn.
well, I know. You can tell which one he is because he's got the blood on his.
Helmet.
He's also not moving like the other ones.
Pay attention to his, like how he's acting right now. You know what I mean? Like uh, like he just had a comrade of his basically die in front of him, and it kind of tears him apart, right? And people have pointed out what I'm about to point out, but I'll point it out in a minute. Or I'll just point it out now. Like, you know, the part, it's not too far from here where uh he starts to help Poe escape, and he's just like, yeah, let's just kill everybody in that station. He just starts firing on all these people that would be his allies, or at least they were
Like
2 seconds
coworkers.
ago.
Like
Yeah. Yeah, just unloading on his coworkers. It's a bad day at the office. But it is sort of a weird, like, okay, he went from, oh no, to
one thing I did. I'm gonna. Well, I'll mention it when we get to it.
okay.
I think it's in. You really notice it in the ninth one, so I'll wait to hold on to it.
What something about Kylo Ren, maybe?
No, it's
No.
about just the First Order in general.
The map to Skywalker.
We really should have maybe considered. They should have considered giving Adam Driver an Oscar nomination for at least one of these for carrying this entire
that
making this whole sequel trilogy even remotely watchable and interesting.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know about Oscar, but yeah, like for sure, he definitely
I'm using
was the. I know.
hyperbole.
He
This was cool. This was like seeing this was like whoa,
Yeah,
like and then watching them go past. Yeah, that's
definitely
like
the J.J. Abrams feel.
yeah, very my
How do you feel about the? Actually, go ahead.
my dad says that J.J. Abrams has never made a good movie, and
Really?
because he doesn't know how to finish stories.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've seen his TED talk, the whole mystery box thing, and that is how J.J. seemingly tells stories. Is the whole, mystery box, like the whole.
This whole promising build up, and then
Yeah.
it's just like, and then we, and then we make it nothing.
Yeah.
It's like
Gosh, this. What do you think had a bigger split on the fandom? I mean, this is kind of a trite thing to ask, but like the prequels coming out or these movies coming out? Because it feels like the internet, because the internet was around, this was the loudest.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not entirely sure. Also, I was not of
Age.
sound mind and body when the
Yeah.
prequels were coming out. I was only enough to know, oh, lightsabers are cool is about all
Yeah.
I was able to know. Also, the only one I really knew that it was new was episode 3. Like episode 2, it wasn't like, oh, I want to see episode 2. It's like, oh no, you're too young. That I didn't really get into. I didn't get into Star Wars until in between 2 and 3.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so for me, episodes 1 and 2 have basically always existed.
Yeah. That's kind of how it felt with me growing up.
Yeah, it's like the only. Yeah, I like that though. That little thing coming out of the ground. And it's a puppet.
I still though, I get that.
There were a lot of things in this where it's like, okay, at least you made that practical. It's like but that was also like, we know you didn't like the prequel trilogy, so let's make everything a puppet, which I can kind of really respect.
Yeah. I mean, is it?
Also, like this looking like, I think this is that's mostly a set.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's pine wood. It's not like we got these giant windows out in space. It's like, okay, it's green screen.
Yeah.
Like this is all tangible.
I saw something someone said it was like everybody seems like they're out of breath in this movie. Everyone's like,
yes, I've seen that before too.
it's almost kind of like a cheap trick to display some kind of acting, you know? Like,
And like something's going on.
yeah, it's like,
Even though really it's like, what's happened? Nothing.
well, I mean, something happened. I don't know who his friend was, but his friend just died. In case you
Yeah,
missed
no,
that.
no. This
You're back
works
on.
here. This is fine.
Yeah.
But it's later.
Ray's like, immediately.
There's Finn especially is a lot of.
Yeah. And if you notice in the trailers, all of them, I think all 3 of the movies, each trailer is like somebody's breathing super heavy.
Someone pops in the frame going, looking around, sweating.
Yeah. So this is her home. How old was she when she was left here? I don't seem to remember. I know she was probably under 10.
Underage.
No, well, yeah. She was a child, but yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I think under 10.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, definitely under 10. I'd say probably something like 6 or 7.
Yeah. I mean, I think the certain things given to you in this movie do kind of seem a little secondhand, or like you got them at a Goodwill. It's like, you know, Jakku's, Tatooine. It's like if you kind of pay attention, and I've said
How
this to
many
other
How many planets can you do? You've only got so many biomes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but
They
like,
need to make a. There's no plant that's like ours where it's like there's a lot of water, but there's also a lot of land, and then there's deserts and
Well, yeah.
mountains, and there's none of that. It's always like the whole thing is a desert. The whole thing is ice.
it's all lava.
It's
and snow.
it's the entire thing's a forest.
Yeah. I mean,
Or-
that's how it.
The entire thing is a city.
Which is, it's cool, especially when the original trilogy came out, is because
It's like, oh well, this is the desert. Well, we can't do it here.
it was just it kind of played into that fantasy element of, I think, when the first movies were coming out. But then at this point, when you've had that for 6 movies, it is kind of like, all right, really, they're all at the same, you know, ecosystem, just all throughout this huge planet, and they all have different sizes. But I don't know. I mean, I know it feels like Tatooine. You know what I mean? It feels like
Yeah.
Tatooine, and
It's well,
not just because it's sand, but
would it have been better if they just made it Tatooine?
to some extent, yeah. But I guess my point is, this trilogy seems to kind of give you things that feel as if like a Goodwill version of the actual thing. And I've said this
Yeah.
before, but like Kylo Ren being basically the poor man's Darth Vader, and Rey is kind of like, to some extent, Leia and Luke just pushed together
And
into
Anakin.
one. Well, I mean, well, yeah. And then it's like, you know,
You got
Poe Dameron's kind of like the Han Solo sort of,
Solo-esque, yeah.
and then Finn is a little bit like that too, but he's also like Luke was in A New Hope to some extent.
yeah.
Like, I don't want to say just Lando, because everyone says that, but like it's such a.
Well,
it's
he's
like,
not. He's nothing
why
like
is he-
Lando.
Yeah, man. He's kind of like,
Well, maybe only Lando in the way that like he changes his way, but just revert. Well, yeah, it's like
yeah.
because Lando is like cool, then he sells him out, and then he's totally on their side.
Everyone's like, it's Lando's son immediately.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
also related to Mace Windu.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
No,
Would you I don't know. Um
and it was really cool because the very next movie after this, Rogue One, we basically got Rey again with Jyn Erso.
oh, really?
It's the same freaking character.
You think so? Like just good at everything or
Yeah, just oh no, like abandoned
oh yeah.
who can do anything and just like comes into this organization like rebellions are built on hope and just like you know what? Yeah, we'll listen to you.
Wow, look at her go.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, at this point it's not nothing has been done where it's like, oh gosh. Like she's
Oh
just
yeah, no, nothing
so
yet.
good. I think what had me was like the
When she gets a lightsaber.
well, no, the Millennium Falcon. It's like
Oh.
immediately flies it just perfectly. Like brand new ship. Previously just said it was a piece of junk. And she flies it like it's been her ship for like 20 years. And it's like, okay.
You know how your car feels.
Yeah.
Like you had to adapt to that, and so it's like you can drive your car a little more recklessly because
You're used to the feel of
But then
every
you
little
drive
bit of
someone else's or another
Yeah.
one, and it's like, okay, hold on, you got to kind of find your footing a little bit.
God, where's the light? Where's the wipers? Yeah. You don't always know. But this right here, Me Too, big secret. That really is. That's like a waving it in your face, like, huh? You know,
Get ready to learn something.
this is gonna be good. Yeah, big secret. And then, yeah, it's kind of strange that they played it that way because they merchandise it. They sold it to you as if it was going to be a big secret. And this,
How would Ray
at least that one, like the whole Snoke thing, like did they sell that or hype that up to be this big thing or whatever? Like, I mean, maybe not, but like that one for sure because they said stuff like this. I think. I don't know. I mean, at least that's how I see it. It's kind of a cool shot.
Yeah.
She's like C-3PO, I guess.
She's taller.
Oh, but also what I was saying earlier is like instead of the Empire, it's the First Order, and then the Rebellion, it's the Resistance. It's like oh,
Yeah.
it's like what is this? Instead of the Transformers, this is the Transmorphers. Like, all right, interesting. What do you think of his costume though, Kylo Ren's?
I think it's cool. I think they should have kept his helmet on for a little longer. Just immediately just like oh, I'm taking it off.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that's a problem with Disney Star Wars is they're very quick to reveal stuff.
yeah.
They don't let stuff sit for a little bit.
Mm.
Talking to you, Mandalorian.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this whole helmet.
talking to you.
Yeah,
It's like let some stuff sit. I mean, can we spoil Book of Boba Fett?
I mean, I guess.
I think if you're listening
yeah,
to people without a platform talk about Star Wars,
yeah.
and it's like I gotta consume some more Star Wars, and they're finding this, then they will have watched Book of Boba Fett. Just okay, I'm gonna spoil Book. Have you seen it? You're caught up?
Yeah.
Okay, just I'm gonna spoil Book of Boba Fett a little bit here. I can't remember my point now.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
I'll remember in a second.
yeah, that was
Oh,
I
remember now. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, so I'm also going to be spoiling Mandalorian season 2. Leaving Grogu,
Oh yeah.
like giving him to Luke, and then that was the end of that one. And so then the very next time we see him in Book of Boba Fett, I want to see him again. And then a couple of episodes later, then they're back together now. He chose the mithril armor, and like all that is like it's like you couldn't let this sit for a little bit. Like and
Yeah.
us really feel the separation of the two, because I know, yeah, the time has passed between Mandalorian. It actually hasn't even been that, because wasn't Mandalorian season 2, wasn't that in like November?
Yeah. Something.
And so it hasn't even been that long in the real world.
We just broke up. We're back together now.
Yeah, it's like immediately just like I'm gonna.
Hmm?
It's just like immediately like, okay, you're gonna go learn the ways of the Jedi with Luke, and then the very next time we see the Mandalorian, okay, I'm ready to come get him.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this movie though.
Saying, yeah, they don't let stuff
Here's,
sit a little bit, like the mystery of Kylo, which I mean, I
Yeah.
know it's like a little like, oh, it's like, instead of I'm your father, I'm your son, but to Han Solo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's
Well, he's not telling him that. Like Han's like, wait,
who are you? Yeah,
what?
I know. But so it's like, because another thing is like, this is a problem with Star Wars. This isn't just Disney Star Wars. It's just everybody's related and connected in some way. It's like this galaxy is so big, and it's like this person comes into contact with this person, and
Well, okay. Follow the first three movies. It doesn't necessarily feel that way. Well, when you get to 3, it's like, all right, this feels like, I guess initially, first movie doesn't really feel like that way. Second movie, Empire, it's kind of like, oh wait, Luke's dad is Darth Vader, and then 3, you're like, really, Leia's his sister?
Yeah.
Okay. But then it would make sense to then go, all right, those are Luke's the main character, and this Darth Vader guy who had a previous life. Well, let's go tell his story. Like it makes sense then.
well,
So you
yeah, I
got
know.
6 movies around these people, and it's like, yeah, I guess it makes sense within.
And then it's like, well, let's learn about this, and it's like, oh, and then he was the master, and then all out. But then you start to watch all. It's been later. It's like you watch all the shows. Everything.
Yeah.
It's like, and there's like people make, because there's so many episodes like of Clone Wars and Rebels that it's like then there are these cameos, and it's like, what?
So be careful moving your arm. Anyway, all the shows. What?
It's like Saw Gerrera has met everyone.
Yeah. Well, there's also everyone who dies seemingly is like, I'm back.
Yeah.
It's no one can actually die. But yeah, we just saw the whole shooting thing.
Like I know,
Finn.
like, I'm gonna spoil Boba Fett again.
Let's talk about this movie.
Cad Bane's gonna come back. They're
Yeah.
just not keeping him dead.
I mean, he got stabbed. But anyway.
They're bringing Cobb Vanth back also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like,
What I always thought that right there kind of made me cringe. Like, did you see
Yeah,
that? Like, nah, don't do that, please. I
It's
don't
like,
know. There's a lot of stuff in this
what's your
movie.
name? This.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, I'm gonna call you Finn. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. I mean, because he wouldn't really.
It's a little bit like, from now on you'll be known as Darth
Yeah.
Vader.
He's like, no, actually, I want to be called FN 287. So you can't just decide my name for me, Poe.
I like Kyle though.
Yeah, I was thinking more like Jeffrey or
DeMarcus.
Arnold, maybe.
I like John.
Yeah, something basic.
It just
Mace. No. I think
my
that
dad
can be what?
Lando.
Shut up. It's so stupid.
And it's also like,
but
remember the TIE fighters? Well, this one's got a red stripe on it.
Yeah. But the comedy of this movie, I think, is something that, and all 3 of them, I guess.
The worst offender is in episode 8. Well, it's at the very beginning. We'll talk. We'll rip on it when we get there. But that's.
Oh yeah. It's some of it. It just pulled me out like that. What we just had.
It's like
this. Or the beginning. The beginning was kind of like, okay.
It's like, this isn't the Avengers.
Well, I mean, I guess comedy's fine. Like Star Wars has been funny. Like, when Han's like, "I'm so glad you're here to tell us these things." It's like there's certain comedy in Star Wars that is just funny. Like, but just certain, like the Poe Dameron opening line, like the who talks first? You talk first. It's like I don't know. It's just something about it. Just for some reason, for
It
me,
sounds a
it
little
doesn't
Tony
work.
Starkish.
I don't even know. Kinda, yeah.
Okay, now what about?
And then
Oh,
and
they're
then that
out of
stuff,
breath.
he was perfectly fine asleep, and then when he wakes up, yeah. Well, at least we know he's thirsty because when he finds water, he drinks a lot of it. Also, yeah, I definitely think it's been, again, I don't think we're going to be saying anything new in terms of criticisms here, but they definitely dropped the ball on his character. It was,
They dropped the ball on.
well, yeah.
Yes, but yes, Finn.
It was just kind of like, all right.
I like how the
He's a main character.
like
Or
how
to
the
market him, but
jacket's not burned at all.
that's how it always is, man.
He just pulled it out of the fire.
It's like in mystery movies where there's like, yeah, there's like, say there's a fire, but there's one piece of like a note, and it's very crucial to solve the case. It's like, I see it, and it's like, like a diary entry, Jane did it or something, and it's like, how did like that one piece that's that important and monumental?
Well, to be fair, this is not that important.
I know it's not, but it is kind of like,
it's not like the map to Luke Skywalker. That would have been
wow.
That would have been
Yeah.
an issue.
Just so happened. Taken off. I've always thought that the stormtrooper armor was porcelain. Like
Porcelain?
Porcelain. Yeah, like the
Why a porcelain? What? Like what toilets are made of?
Yeah.
Do you know how heavy that would be?
I don't know, but it just looks like it.
And how easy that would shatter? No, it's plastic.
No, I think it's the other.
I think in the world it's actually made of something else. It's like there was like, have you ever read any of like the visual dictionaries? And it's like they've got like the toughest armor and the helmets like help them to become super accurate shooters, and like the what are they, the E11 rifles?
Yeah,
is that what they call them?
I think so.
It's like these are
super accurate.
Yeah, it's like oh well, I think in all of Star Wars they're like 3 for 1,000,000.
I mean, maybe.
I'm trying to think. Leia gets shot in the shoulder in Episode 6.
That's all I remember.
That's the only one I can really think of.
I mean, they've killed unimportant characters.
I mean, accuracy as in like you had to kill the right people.
Yeah.
Now, what about Hux? What do you think about Hux?
It was pretty cool in this movie.
He's not wasted because he's such a. Oh no, he is wasted. Never mind. I just remembered Episode 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But like again, this one though, there's a lot of promise, and a lot of the characters have clear character traits and are used pretty appropriately. I think Finn is used appropriately in this.
Yeah.
Rey, for the most part, is used appropriately.
Well, I mean,
for now, other than how she is able to do everything, but like, yeah. Actually, I take that back on Rey. Rey's the worst character in all Star Wars. She's worse than Jar Jar Binks.
That's some harsh criticism.
Butthole of that animal.
What? Did it show it, really?
Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of a sphincter.
How come no one else tried? Finn's the only one like, hey, I'm 100 yards away, but I'm going to go try to help.
Well, I think because like
everyone else knew, like, well, hey, I think she's pretty cool.
I think in this Bazaar, it's like, oh, that just happens, and he's new. He's a stranger in a strange land.
Yeah, that's true.
In this situation, so it would be like, like
sometimes when stuff happens in like a populated area, everyone just kind of watches. And
in an Imperial,
look at her; she looks like Sidious. It's the like what? I don't know. I feel like also that would have hurt a lot.
Really.
Like, I don't think he'd have all of those white teeth that he has after that.
Everyone has super clean teeth in Star Wars. Isn't that a criticism?
You think it would be? I mean, it would make sense that it's the future.
Well,
I'm just saying he'd probably be missing some.
I think she would be.
Like, there's not even like blood, anything. He just got hit upside the head of like a metal
rod,
like some weird rusty thing she found in the
in the desert.
or like that starship, and then just swings it at his face. I don't know. I mean,
Also, why is she so involved? Because she knows nothing about this. Everything she learned about this just was told by BB-8. BB-8's like, I know that jacket. Okay, I'll go risk it. And
all right, droid that I just met 2 seconds ago,
Yeah.
who I'm going to act as if is my best friend, and whose best friend would then be somehow important. I don't know. Yeah.
Also,
it's,
like, that's a one of a kind jacket. That's not just like a like a
she wasn't like, hey, are you mistaken, BB-8? Are you sure that that's Poe's jacket? Are you sure? I mean, they do sell them. They do sell them
down at
on
the
J.C. Penney.
yeah. You can get
It's
it.
like a mass-produced thing.
It's like, oh, you can get
Okay, that right there.
what?
I thought he was a myth. That's something that I feel I feel like Star Wars in general has a weird continuity error. Like in the original trilogy, given the prequels, 19 years went by from 3 until 4. And everyone's like, what's a Jedi? I don't even know. Like, even though they were so prevalent, Han Solo in episode 4 doesn't even believe in the Force.
Even though he would have been like 10 years old
It's like,
during
really?
Order 66.
I don't know. I mean, maybe the prequels
It's like
presented it as if it was so ubiquitous.
We're not
and then,
too far removed. Yeah.
What is this, 30,
30
40 years after?
Yeah, I think it's 30.
She's like, I thought he was a myth, which I guess for a girl that doesn't know anything else but has lived on Jakku her entire life,
She was
maybe she doesn't have the hollow net. You know what I mean? She didn't have an iPad.
I mean,
to
like,
look that
yeah,
stuff
she was abandoned she was left here as a child. Her parents were taken. It makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
For her, but like someone like
Han's like, yeah, I've traveled all around this galaxy and I've never seen a thing that makes me believe in the Force, basically.
And
it's like, really?
Also, all the time, it's like you find these in the shows. It's like they go through and it's like, oh yeah, I'm a Jedi who managed to escape. I'm a Jedi who managed to escape. I'm a Jedi who managed to escape. Like,
how many Last Jedis are there? Yeah.
This was
a theater moment, I'm sure. Everyone's like,
and they're like, that one. What about that one? This one right here. It's like, that's the Millennium. It's going to be the Millennium Falcon.
Turns out to be just like a
if
pod racer.
It would have been funny if it was actually like, oh my gosh, I know what that is.
Everyone's like in the theater clapping.
Whoa! Remember that was a shot.
Also, why is it down? Like, come on in. Lights are on, ready for you to start it. Keys are in the ignition. It's in the little fold.
I know exactly where to
the visor thing or whatever.
I know exactly where to go to get to the gun, and it's like,
all right, yeah, just turn it on immediately. Yep, I've definitely operated this before.
Now I feel like, okay, Finn might have gotten some like pilot training.
I mean, yeah, think about it, he's grown up in this. Like, he's been in sort of like the what would you call it? Like simulations and stuff.
Yeah,
like simulating
Rey
fighting like that.
It's like, okay, it's like, to make it realistic, we're gonna make her struggle a little bit here at the beginning, but then,
but it's the ship's fault.
It's the ship's fault.
It's just old. Yeah.
You know what actor's in that suit, right?
Sean Penn? No, not Sean Penn. Who am I thinking of? The British
Simon
guy.
Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
That's him.
I was a little off.
We send our support to Sean Penn, who's in Ukraine right now.
He confuses the what?
Sean Penn is in the Ukraine right now,
on
the ground, making a documentary.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, did you not see that? Variety posted that.
No.
That's a cool shot, okay?
There's
that's a cool shot.
A cup that I think my family got when they went to the theater and saw this that had like that.
Yeah, that was
the Falcon on Jakku.
That was the Carmike.
Yeah, it was.
One,
which they don't exist anymore, right?
They don't. AMC bought them out.
So it's worth money now.
Well, I still got I think I know I don't have them anymore. I had a Rogue One. One was like the AT-AT.
Got the thing.
It's got the thing.
Yeah. I feel like once didn't she go through like a?
Yeah, she like through like the wreckage of like a Star Destroyer. Yeah,
that's where it's like, oh, okay.
This is like It's like some Han Solo maneuvers. This is like this.
I've always found like where the cockpit is on the like in relation to the rest of that ship. There's on the very far right. Like I feel like that would be kind of hard to make those like
sharp turns
through the skin of your teeth, making it through like gaps and stuff. Like how?
I feel like there should really only be 2 people who can properly fly this thing.
She doesn't need a co-pilot.
No, she doesn't need no one else. Like I said, I think 2 people in all Star Wars should be able to properly fly this thing. It's Han Solo and Lando Calrissian are the only 2 that should be able to.
I mean, that would be cool. Yeah,
like they're the only.
That?
What
part of the film crew? That was a film crew getting out of the way.
Yeah, this was all shot on location.
I never noticed those people on the ground before.
Yeah, scavengers just immediately come in to
getting
the copper wires.
Oh yeah, all the scrap metal. There's my throat made a weird noise. It's a pretty good price on copper and aluminum.
Yeah. Wow, what a expert maneuver.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's not that.
Well, because it's like, what would be a cool scene, not what would realistically be feasible for the character. What's going to look good in a trailer?
They said that in the writing room. What's going to look at a trailer? Like, yeah, that right there, like the all cool, sick move to, Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's this whole trilogy is like I just don't know how to feel about it really. I mean, I've got a lot of feelings towards it, but it's like, man,
I don't know, because there's so much that's like I want to like it.
I think you made the joke was like, how'd you do that to like anything Ray does? Like, I don't know. Yeah. How'd you do that? Heals the worm thing in 3 or Rise of Skywalker? I don't know. I did it.
I was able to do exactly what needed to be done in this situation to succeed.
Yeah. I do think though that
I love all the insulation in the hallway just completely pouring out.
Yeah. I think everyone here is a good actor though. Like I don't think anyone's like given what I think they're all like who's not a good actor? What do you think, Daisy? You don't think Daisy Ridley's good? I mean, I think she's like given what
I feel like. Well, I've seen other stuff. Did you? I saw Murder on the Orient Express, and she acts the exact same, just like, oh, I don't know, really. Then I get mad, and then, oh, it's just
you sound like Stewie Griffin almost. And then I get mad.
I like this temper tantrum he throws here. I like this.
But this also plays in the hyping this up as if something is unique or special or known about Ray. The whole like girl, and that sets him off a little bit. Like he kind of
like we know who she is, and like keep her here for a reason.
Hang on, how does he react? Let's see.
He throws a temper tantrum.
Anything else?
Yeah, just I'm gonna.
Yeah, but like, what girl? A special girl. One.
She just knows. Okay, this makes a little more sense. Maybe knowing how to do this, like because we see.
Well, this is her trade. Yeah.
Yeah, we see her go through ships and vehicles of this era, I guess.
Yeah,
just I mean, she would understand this.
She's a scavenger, so it's like fixing things like this.
Yeah,
she would probably. This is the one thing that would make sense if she was better than little Anakin Skywalker at. You know what I mean? I mean, I just think
droid, please. That line is.
Wait, what?
He goes, droid, please.
Are you serious?
What? Yeah,
seriously, he says that.
He just said it.
Oh no, I never noticed that. Are you serious?
Dead ass.
Thumbs up thing.
Droid, please. That is very much like
it's too much drawing in from like
cultural, our actual language.
Yeah, it's like you got to be careful doing that. like
It's
the
like some,
slang of our language,
it's
you
like
know,
some of them going like YOLO.
or even sometimes like the I don't know. I would say like the versions of their cuss words, if it's overused, like blast, or if it's used in similar contexts as ours, they're made up cuss words. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
frack.
or I don't know. Like blast is one of them.
Blast.
Blast.
I mean that,
Oh my gosh,
or the dice.
that's funny.
He touched her head.
What even is this?
This is Han Solo's new ship.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, this is the one that he's flying.
Does he take it as fast as he does the Millennium Falcon and all those turns and stuff?
I'm sure.
So it just so happens that
Han Solo. Well, that's
not too long after entering space, and just putting in where they're trying to go. Go back to Jakku. Is that what it is?
I think I think that's what they're.
So they're making a U-turn, going back. I can't remember. Just so happens Han's like, yeah, I was in the neighborhood, and
I mean, they are in the outer rim. They would be in the outer rim,
and I guess you can get to. It still.
And
seems...
I mean, imagine if you just, yes, the chances are low, but like if you were out and it's like, wait a minute,
hey Chewie,
like let's say you're
wearing the same clothes as we did in episode 6.
Yeah, the jacket's
it is.
Different.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole like, yeah, he's wearing the same clothes is kind of like, okay.
It's not the same clothes. It's the same style, which I mean,
that's what I mean.
Like
though.
he would have.
Really, you couldn't like thrown in some yellow in there or something, just to have like something totally new.
Some contra.
Or like maybe not have him be exactly what he was in those original movies.
Look, no, that's Han Solo would do that. Han Solo would be like, it's like, why do I need a new belt?
I know, but I'm saying like what he's doing, because it seemed like he was going in and like, not that he'd be a dang politician like Leia, but he was gonna be not just like a smuggler anymore, you know?
Well, maybe it's like, the Empire felt like, what do we do now? It's like, well, I don't want to do diplomacy. I want to do what I.
Let's go steal some stuff.
The smuggler, She's
like, I thought Luke was a myth, but
Han Solo. We all know Han Solo, and also it's like, yeah, that.
Yep. Well, I guess Han doesn't have any extraordinary claims behind him, as in he's not like a Jedi. Like, yeah,
well, he did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs.
He force choked some Gamorrean guards. Sort of like myths surrounding, I don't know, some historical figure that then makes it suspicious to believe in them.
We'll drop them at the nearest inhabited planet. You're just gonna dump them on a planet with no one on it.
They said uninhabited?
Uninhabited.
Luke Skywalker.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Nobody said that in a long. I'd be like, all right, guys, stop.
That's a name I haven't heard.
Yeah, like, who's writing this?
Knew him. I flew with him. Like,
gosh, what a guy. You can tell Harrison Ford's like, let's hurry up and get this over with.
Yeah, I just really want. What was it like? He got a lot for this. He got a lot.
That's where all the money for the script went.
Yeah. You talk. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
How much he made?
Yeah.
A Rathtar. I mean, this part's a little adventurous, I guess. It gets a little bit gimmicky with the little monsters, because then they...
Do you want to guess how much he made for this?
Go to CGI. I would say like... $200 million.
What, dude? That's a film budget. No,
I don't know.
It's way off.
I'm thinking like, are you sure Tom Cruise and stuff doesn't get like some?
No,
I mean, they get.
They don't get 200 million.
Okay, that's
how much. That's
that is a film budget. Gosh, yeah. What am I saying?
Yeah.
That was an accident.
Yeah,
Start.
okay.
Wait. Start over. Yeah, 2 million. No,
2 million.
no, he got probably like 50.
It was 20.
I feel like there's some actors though that get like 50 million.
20 million. Let's look up.
What's the highest budget for a movie ever?
For the longest time, it was Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
How much was that?
It was like close to 400 million.
Meanwhile, Han Solo gets 200 million for this. But I don't know. This scene might have been just like, yeah, we gotta have some action figures.
Oh, it still is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which pirate movie?
The fourth one actually
Oh.
on Stranger Tides.
Wow.
378.5 million.
Those guys look a little Star Trek like.
They do. Also like the Han Solo, Captain of the Millennium Falcon. Like and then this is this is the worst.
It is kind of
This and I hate this what they're about to let out. Remember this?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like it's a little adventurous right here, but like the whole it turns into CGI real quick. What is that guy wearing a bicycle helmet? What is that? I feel like I've seen that on the shelf at Walmart or something. It's like a little mohawk. It's rubbery, and you can. I'm
And it's
two
like-
fugitives.
And then it's like they introduce these things like
Look at that dude. What is it? What is that?
I don't know. They introduce these guys like it's it's kind of a little world building, but it's like let's Han Solo. He's got this issue with these people. Okay, and they come on board. Yeah, and then we kill them immediately.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
This is stupid. This is a sin.
What? Oh, the creature?
This is not. And it's like, and then when we did, it's like, okay,
Oh, great idea.
Rogue One. What was everyone's favorite part of Force Awakens? The giant squid monster. Let's do that, but it makes you tell the truth.
Yeah.
And it's just the CGI yuck.
It looks like a dang tick, like a giant.
This looks
tick.
like Starship Troopers.
I don't know. Whatever it is.
I really think Han is real.
Oh, what a throw! that was a nothing but net right in the mouth.
That guy's probably 200 pounds. Just a clean, just up
Han,
over.
It's like he punched like an old man, but yet he just did that as if he was
Freaking
not even in
Dwayne
his
Johnson.
prime, not even in his prime, like something much beyond that. Yeah, it does look. It looks like a toad kind of too.
Like Ray, you haven't seen anything even kind of like that a little bit, like.
I mean, probably not. Think about what lives in the desert on Jakku. I mean, there's that little like weird buzzard looking thing. Yeah. Slamming its head into some metal.
Just ramming its head into that piece of scrap.
Yeah. Well, that bird right now is I think it knows what we're doing.
Because
and
we're
it's-
making fun of fictional birds.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or just trying to record something, but
there's the security cameras.
well, not HD. God, why is it so hard to get good quality cameras in this?
Have you heard the theory that everybody in Star Wars is dyslexic?
Is
Because
that why they read the
nothing is, not a single button is labeled in anything.
Yeah, but they all know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not true. Actually, Book of Boba Fett kind of says that because we see the guy actually write down on a pad, and we see Boba Fett write.
Oh. Oh yeah. That one thing I noticed with the finale was Boba Fett wrote down something for like a second, and then that dude went out and read it, and it was like this. I, Boba Fett, do declare. Like he did not just write that. Like that was such a I don't know.
Well, he chose the prompt, and like it's like a Mad Libs thing.
Okay.
It's like.
All right.
It's like he gives you some options like surrender, compromise, don't.
Wait, did he just say Chewie as if he was like Chewie, my friend? Come on, like I don't know.
Who, Finn?
Yeah, I think but there's kind of yeah, I think it was Finn.
It's like and
But-
Han Solo knows Unkar Plutt also. It's like
I hate that guy. But the whole we're gonna act like oh my god. I don't know if that picked up, but we're gonna act like even though they just met that,
we're
they're
already giving each
close.
other nicknames. Like Chewbacca's like, I'm just gonna lay down.
Put my feet up. I don't wear shoes, guys. My feet hurt.
My dogs are barking. Just give me a second.
You gotta keep in mind I don't wear shoes.
Does he? He has toes. Yeah. I was like,
You just got blocks for feet.
it formed the first order, Hans. This guy's the worst character.
Yeah. Why is it in movies too?
Everyone's like, it's like tell the first order.
Yeah, it's always like, even though I could probably tell them myself, inform in the first order.
And even though
I'm going to speak kind of vague about it.
Even though I really am like an independent like scout. Oh, what a waste.
I wonder why they chose to go that route of like, he's going to be a projection.
And huge.
Yeah, like super, super big. Is that just like he's got like a Napoleon complex where he wants to be presented as such a thing? Or?
I don't know. It's a character. I think and then
he's talking to
then
them.
It would have been like, well, then because then we'll have played it for comedy, like that's Snoke,
the little guy down there.
Yeah, they would have played it as a
It'd
joke.
feel like Shrek, like the bad guy in Shrek or whatever.
Yeah, Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, I think the design of him looks cool. Like it's just enough.
I remember everyone was very clearly like hoping and dead set on that's Darth Plagueis. He's Plagueis. It was just like,
well, I swear there's some like press conference where someone, I think around when this movie came out or like right before Last Jedi or sometime around there, like 2016, 17. And they were asked, like the cast were like at a panel about Snoke and the origins and stuff. And like Daisy Ridley looks at JJ and mouths like, or like, she kind of mouths Plagueis.
Yeah, I've heard.
It looks like she does. And JJ kind of looks at her like, shut up. Like, so, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
But no, he's actually, think about it right now. Think about it. That's really just Sidious. That's Sidious. Maybe that's why he's doing it, because then he could manipulate like if he ran out of clones, he could always just make a CGI projection thing. Maybe it's easier on Palpatine.
It was also big because we should have known going in. It's like, oh, that's going to be Sidious because I don't want it, man.
What was that? I was looking at you and not the TV.
He's trying to put a bandage on.
Chewie's like, no.
Stop it. It's like trying to
Chewie's an animal. He's like, I'm just gonna lick it to heal it. I don't need anything else.
It's like trying to pill a dog.
No. Yeah. It's kind of it's a little bit of a callback to the Binders thing in A New Hope, where he has the
yeah.
Like, it's
like,
all right, Chewie.
Or jumping in the trash compactor.
Yeah, I don't care what you smell. You did great, just right.
You did great.
Chewie, how many adventures have you gone on and you never got injured and you had to have a stranger bandage you up while Han was flying?
It's like, oh, you guys remember the Jarek table?
Isn't it? I think I saw something where it picked up right where they left off, apparently.
So no one's played it since?
I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, in 30-something years, no one's played it. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I guess that's like... Well, I guess it's like, like you go to someone's house and they have a basement. It's like, oh, sick billiards table. Oh, yeah, we don't.
Someone delete them from the archive. little kid from Attack of the Clones. Master, what did he say? Did he say Yoda or Kenobi? I don't know.
It's Yoda.
The little kid.
He says it to Yoda.
Outsmarts the two Jedi Masters. Do you know what happened? Yeah. Filling up that mystery box JJ's doing right here. I mean, he spent some time with Grogu and Ahsoka Tano, a little bit of the Mandalorian, but outside of that, I don't really know.
I don't know what he's doing. There's this guy called the Mandalorian.
He's really cool. Force the Jedi.
All of it.
He still doesn't believe. Like Finn should know. Rey, I get maybe her having an excuse, but
Because Ray,
but again, it's
Ray's
like
like nowhere. It's like you can't go down to your local public library, but like Finn's like got.
I don't know. It just
Maybe they're trying to it's like a revisionist history. Like none of that happened.
yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know.
We tore down all the statues of the Jedi.
But it is kind of weird from a I don't know what you'd call it from a look at how humans act generally to things. Like 2,000 years can go by,
And
or
we
like
can-
500 years, and some tale that has like extraordinary factors or claims or something ambiguous about it, and people still believe it. So it's not like
like
what
Hanukkah.
40, 50 years have gone by since the Jedi were purged initially, and then Luke coming back. What is it? Is it 35 years after Luke?
That's like us. That's like us not believing like the Bay of Pigs invasion.
Well, we'd have to have like a little bit of a supernatural, but then
That's like-
it's
that's
like
like us
30
not-
years before.
That's like us not talking about like the JFK assassination.
I don't know.
You know, it's like
Well, then again, yeah, some people, I don't know. I'm a big deal in the resistance. Why is it? Why do you think he's going this route again? To tell even Han? Like, I get why he was telling Rey initially that he was a resistance leader to like get her to not like him, but to work with him. Like, it was for no, it was for his benefit.
yeah,
Don't turn down Han's gun.
I think I can handle myself.
What are your fists? That little rusty staff thing?
It's like I can.
No,
I
I
can
did.
fly,
What you,
I can fly the Millennium Falcon perfectly, but I can't shoot a blaster.
He's like, you got a lot to learn. What if she turned and looked at it? Went, no, I don't.
And just or this, she just gives him a
No, I
look,
don't.
just gives him like a side eye look, and then just perfectly shoots like
There's like some A&W root beer cans.
just sitting on the fence.
It nails all of them.
Where she
Off on
just
a job.
she looks over at him, keeps eye contact. Pew!
Just like the behind the back thing. Or like under the leg.
Yeah.
Ridiculousness. I have to get home. What planet is this now? I forgot. It's been a minute since
I don't know the name of this one. This is obviously we're Mos.
I know we're about to see. God, what is it?
Mos-
Something Prime to get destroyed. Hosnian Prime?
We see a lot of planets get destroyed in a minute.
Do we?
Yeah,
I thought it was just Hosnian Prime or
I
whatever.
remember that thing. I remember seeing that thing in the trailer, and I was like, "That looks a little bit like Rey's bike. Like maybe that turns into like a robot."
Anakin.
And it's like, and it was nothing. It's like, is Maz like some? I mean, she's got
Is she like the Buddha on this
Yeah,
planet? Like some kind of religious figure?
because we got these like those are clearly inspired by prayer flags and like
Like, no, this is just like her restaurant. Like, oh, that's kind of vain. Put a big statue on
Oh.
top of me. Okay.
Han Solo. Hey, Maz. It's
Oh, who's that little dude?
you guys remember the cantina? That was fun.
Some new stuff, but it's gonna be pretty familiar.
Like she's the owner and runner of the restaurant, but she's out there actually serving drinks.
Wouldn't, given that Han Solo is kind of like a hated guy, and a lot of people have it out for him, why would she just be like, yeah, in this crowded room of like fugitives and smugglers and
Who all
low
have
relics,
weapons.
this motley crew of people, like Han Solo, I don't know, it just kind of seems
Well, maybe it's
risky.
like going into like a Reddit.
That dude is huge. That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it's like going into like a Reddit page. And it's like, oh, I know this guy. This guy's infamous, and it's like, well, he is one of us, but we, that guy's
that was always
mosquitoes. Like,
it feels kind of like A New Hope in the sense that it's just like just throw aliens at the wall, just anything you can think of.
I like that how like the mouthpiece is like very clear like an old style microphone. It's like that because that's something that we do in like really like in episode 4. It's like
Yeah.
we're just gonna use this like actual equipment and
Why are they
just
all doing that?
all it's like everyone is goes to the side. Tell them we see. I,
Inform them we found the droid. It's like a classic.
It's like everyone. It's like,
Annoying.
do they have? What is? Do they have like Twitter or something? Just everyone's like, it's like, hey, look out here for this droid, and everyone's like, oh yeah. It's like, oh.
Well, I guess they'd put a bounty out, and there's the HoloNet, but I don't know. I don't. I don't even know exactly what the HoloNet is, other than it seems like something that belongs more in what the comics say and the books. And okay, look, this stuff's cool. This stuff's a little cool right here. I think it's a little bit weird because he's almost kind of making a cult of his grandfather. Like he's talking to him like he's talking to like Jesus or something, or his God in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like show me the way, give
Like,
me strength.
how the hell did he get that?
Yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about earlier. Like the whole thing surviving in fires. Like
how?
oh, also the throne room, like that. The throne survived the destruction of the Death Star too.
Oh, it's like the whole room is like pretty much intact.
Yeah, it's like you can tell what it is. Oh, the chair's still comfortable. Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
no burn marks. Like, okay.
Even though it's like you watch it, it's like this thing blew up.
Yeah. Even though if you go back, you can see a little bit of debris, but
the chances of it being the throne is like, yeah.
came here for your help.
What is she eating?
Looks like
An avocado on a pomegranate.
It looks like a little plant.
Well,
Like a pot plant or something. For a second, the Sith. The input. Wait, what is she talking about? Oh, today's the First Order. But it's pretty much the same thing.
It's like everything's always been the same, and so that's why everything can be the same as the last one.
That was a really long shot on Finn's face. Whoa, you got a little aggressive.
This is the first.
How would they wouldn't recognize Finn because he's been in stormtrooper armor all the time? I mean, maybe they would recognize him outside his armor because he's
they got to have some like
database and like facial recognition.
Yeah, it's like definitely. It's like
Rey. I don't know if they
wouldn't know her.
Han for sure. It's like he's helping us out wearing the same thing he always does. Like
that guy's had
you have to try that hard.
That guy's had the same. That guy's had the same style since '77.
Makes it really easy to find him if you ever. I guess you're in the same place as him. This right here I thought was always a pretty good, like moment, kind of serious. Where he's like, "You don't know the First Order like I do." At least, he was like, "Okay, that's kind of cool." Finn has, seen some things. But yeah, I feel like the rewatchability of this, like going back and watching these movies, is kind of. I mean, obviously it's fine right now. It's kind of fun to watch them, but just if I was by myself, I'd be like, this ain't that good. Unfortunately,
it's almost like.
It's not like I want to say that either.
What?
It's not like I want to hate these movies, man.
It's like, I don't want to hate them at all. And I don't hate them.
Yeah.
But
was she crying because Finn's leaving? What? Some of this stuff I've forgotten. No.
Oh, that guy right there in the middle. My favorite action figure they've ever made from Star Wars.
This part right here kind of feels like.
Yeah, this is like, what? Who? What?
Don't leave without me.
It's like you've already worked out a deal that fast. You have nothing.
I wonder why they didn't go the route of like their romance, because they kind of almost teased it and set it up a little bit.
Well, they teased it a lot with that handhold to run through the bazaar at the beginning.
And then the way he looks at her, like he looks at her like that's his
longingly.
Girlfriend. Yeah, like the way he's looking left and right of her eyes.
Also,
I mean, I know that's how you look in people's eyes, but like he looks like he's.
Look at him, like
he cares about this girl for sure. Like he definitely.
Well, she cares too. She started to cry.
Yeah.
And it's like, look at that.
He likes her a little bit more than I think he's willing to admit.
Also,
you know what I mean?
I think there's like looking up to Rey because Rey is being shown as superior right here. It's like having to plea for.
Yeah, I guess it is because he's like, it's kind of cool because he's in a vulnerable spot, I guess.
That's just it's just a camera trick.
But no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he's in a place of like, unsureness. I love you. Wait, I truly.
Whoa.
Let's bring back a loved line. I truly, deeply love you. Yeah. Devastated. Young Ray. Oh, it's telling us who's saying it on the subtitles. That's cool. What? Okay, something I've never figured out is
And it's like,
why,
oh, she didn't look. She's not still looking, so she doesn't care. It's like, oh, he didn't look back. He
she
doesn't.
she just heard her young voice. No, but like the whole in a minute, Ben Kenobi's voice coming through.
Yeah.
I've always like, why did they put that in there?
These
I've
are your
always
first steps. Like, it's like, oh wow, and then it's like, oh yeah, that was nothing.
yeah, and then also when we bring back the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi as a Force ghost in the Rise of Skywalker, it's gonna be Ewan McGregor. So I know that was a little weird, but
it can't be Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness is dead. Well, maybe they could.
I know,
though.
but it's just kind of weird how like Ray, these are your first steps. And then, like,
these are your first.
okay, it's not that.
It's not just like, these are your first steps. It's more like, these are your first.
All right, that's Stewie Griffin.
These are your first. Ray,
This definitely
Ray.
feels it feels definitely like I don't know that.
Oh, only the most important object in all of Star Wars. Yeah, it's in the basement.
Yeah, and Ray has a feeling of it. Okay, what is actually the explanation for her?
There isn't.
Oh, okay.
She says
No,
no,
but
she literally says that's a story for another time.
I was like, well, thanks for that. Okay.
Okay.
Wow, there's no lock on it.
Like I said, the most important. It's probably that's probably the most important
But
piece in
okay,
all Star Wars.
but yeah, I guess. Oh gosh, I get the whole part of like the teasing thing, right?
What
Well, you got to think, why would this lightsaber be calling out to?
this is here only to put in the trailer to be like, oh, I know R2D2. What a tease this was.
The acolytes.
Yeah,
I still feel like we never saw them, even though we did.
what a tease. What a.
I mean, it was the concept was cool. It was like, okay, this might be really, really cool. You know, him having like.
There's so much setup for stuff that never comes to fruition. Flourition?
I think it's fruition.
Fruition?
Is it?
I thought it was flourishing. Like
flourishing? I'm flourishing right now. I think it's fruition. Let me look it up. I don't know why. I'm
I mean, it's like it.
fruition. Yeah.
Yeah, all this stuff.
Fruition. I can't. I'm saying it too many times.
How do you spell it?
Fruition.
Fruition. Okay.
Fruition. Yeah, fruition. Fruitism.
Yeah, it's like all this stuff, all this setup for stuff that
wasn't in the trailer too. That was Leia's hand.
Yes,
that they teased, and they changed it.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. Interesting choice, I think.
It always.
You already know the truth. What do you mean?
What truth?
Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, this right here. Whoever you're waiting for on Jakku's not coming back. Okay. I don't want to believe it. Like that. Okay, you're peeking right now. I still
someone needs to do that edit and then just
it's been done, I'm sure. It's kind of cool her connection to the Force.
Maz?
Well, she doesn't have one per se, but she kind of.
This is one of those like
it's like she's just enough of a fan where
I understand it, but I can't do it.
Yeah,
it's like knowing a lot about like how basketball is played without being able to do it.
Yeah, and like relating to it.
I'm never touching that thing. That's she's talking to Finn about Finn.
Well, hold on, stop. No, she's definitely gonna pick up the lightsaber again. That's
we saw.
Well, no, but here's another thing. It's kind of cool. I don't know how much this movie followed the beats of like the hero's journey, but this is that moment just as Luke had of like the rejection of the call. Like she just had the call to the journey, so to speak, from the lightsaber, like basically calling her to a bigger world. and she's rejecting it. Like every hero that is on the hero's journey, it's like at some point when that bigger world is
Very.
introduced, they reject it. It's kind of interesting.
You guys remember the Nazis? It's like
Yeah, it is.
well, no, obviously
It's kind of like
the stormtroopers were obviously. I mean, they're based off the real stormtroopers.
yeah, the New Republic. Yeah, I kind of wanted to see the New Republic
No,
stuff.
I feel
but
like this would not be feasible to create in this amount of time. So, like, literally, you turned a planet into a gun.
yeah,
That seems like that's
it is a
centuries of work.
yeah, in next level civilization kind of stuff. Not like a
That's
fractured empire. Oh gosh,
what
they did the thing. I guess their version of it.
it's like. Oh yeah, we can stand on it too. Like I feel like that whole
Oh
planet. Would
yeah,
just be,
dude. Those trees will be gone. Well, they kind of are going away.
Yeah.
But like them surviving, like yeah, right.
Also, they're probably using.
It's like a nuclear bomb, like going off right.
Also,
in
like
front of him.
imagine how much radiation that might
Wow,
be
it just
emitting.
makes his eyes look brighter. Cool, like that. I don't know.
And it's basically the Death Star, but it can shoot.
I saw something where it was like
Kyle's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be there for this.
he's
I'm
just like cool,
nice.
nice. That dude has an interesting helmet.
I feel like these planets are way too close.
I
to
think I
each
saw something where it was like, yeah, they would not.
Yeah.
The way light travels, they wouldn't see that. Like they would have seen it maybe like hours later.
Like, look how close those.
Maybe it is
planets-
hours later. I don't know.
Those would be messing up gravitational field with each other. Like that would be.
Something I don't know. I'm not a
Remember all the rumors
scientist.
like this was Coruscant.
Well, that's what Hosnian Prime was kind of gonna be in a way because it was the new, like, homeworld or like where the Senate building would be for the New Republic, and so in a sense, like it kind of was the new Coruscant. And like, yeah, why didn't we could have gone back to Coruscant?
Hey guys, you'll never guess.
What
And
do you
everyone
mean?
coming out of the
The
bar.
British are coming. There we know. Yeah. Well, wait. Hold on. Never mind. I thought Kylo was about to just pop up right here, and I was like, he was just
On the
staring
ship.
thoughtfully at the laser beam. BB-8 came after her. That's who really has a crush on Rey is BB-8.
Wow.
He's like a little puppy. Do you like the idea that he's just like a soccer ball, basically? You think it's kind of cool?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's
It does kind of seem like, yeah, I could see them going that way, like
yeah,
from like a,
practicality sense. Like he can get over.
or yeah, just at some
He's a
point they'd
little-
have a model that was like.
I feel like
that.
he can. He's more.
That's a cool shot.
He can traverse more than like a astromech droid. Oh yeah, here's the line coming up.
Keep it locked away, like yeah, you did.
Like you did,
Yeah, okay.
you hypocrite.
Yeah.
Good question for another time.
Mm.
We're still waiting, Maz,
Why didn't he have a connection?
because he's not force sensitive.
I thought he was though, like a little bit.
I feel like everyone's a little force sensitive.
Yeah. I mean, if they close their eyes and think real hard, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how it always is. Like,
Yeah.
and how did they figure out that this is where they were? I don't remember.
Because every single
yeah,
person in the bar called him.
Yeah. So what I said was right. What's her name? Maz
Maz
Kanata?
Kanata.
Yeah, her saying that kind of screwed them over.
Yeah. It was literally just every single person in the bar just called up, "Hey, yeah, Ben, yeah,
Second shot. Hey, Ben. I mean, Kylo.
yeah, they're here. Yeah, cool. I'll pin my location.
Also, I seem to remember that the whole, like, you know, with the Sith, like the whole Darth Vader, like the Darth is like it's like everyone has Darth. It's almost like a title, Darth Vader. And I want to say like Ren was something like that. Like it was the Knights of Ren, and it was
Like
like
Kylo Ren, Bilo Ren, Gylo Ren,
Dan, Ben, Ren. I mean, gosh,
Kylo,
I think that's true. I think it's something like that. I don't.
Bayro Ren.
That was kind of like, all right, that was a little cheesy. Like, I'm not gonna look.
Oh, and this is also it's like it's funny, but right, it's like
What?
it's coming up in a second.
You have one.
Like the
What, the little storm? Oh yeah,
No.
breathing. Oh, this part.
Yeah. Why does it have two sights?
He's got two eyes.
You're telling me You're telling me Han
Looks through both of
You're
them.
telling me Han never had to shoot that before?
Oh, it could be for left or right-handed.
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
It's either or.
It's not
Just hold it straight up to your face. Ow, hit me right in the forehead. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay.
He's pretty decent at it.
He's
so
pretty
far.
good.
They all are. Anyone that just immediately picks it up. And he's even got like a war face on. Like, wow, what? I didn't even know it was a weapon 2 seconds ago. That what even is that thing the stormtrooper has?
It's like just like a giant like stun.
Taser thing.
It's like, yeah, it's essentially a giant taser, like it's like a cattle prod.
All right.
That makes a little more sense. I mean, you're
He
literally
just- yeah, he
you've literally
was-
engaged
That
in
was
like sword
legitimate
combat.
exercise. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole waking up and doing it. All right. Chewie actually got shorter in these movies. The actor that played him was only 6'10".
Peter Mayhew.
Was like 7'2", maybe. I know he was over 7 foot. Not really a thing you would notice, but if you looked at the actor's heights, you'd be like, oh, he got a little shorter, technically. Unless they put some extra stuff in there just in case. Okay, this part is kind of cool. It does feel.
I feel like it's like every 20 minutes. This part's kind of cool.
Well, I don't know. If I feel like we haven't really seen like a X-wing
This
squadron coming in on some.
over the lake.
Yeah.
It's like we haven't seen combat like this low to the ground before.
Yeah.
See,
You have a big gun to hold and shoot one-handed in a way.
Yeah, it's more of a rifle, really. You know.
Poe Dameron is pretty good.
Well, that would make sense that he's
almost too good.
Yeah, that's how everyone is in these
What's
movies.
what's his characteristic? What is he as a character?
Pilot.
He's just the best pilot. He should like, yeah, like that would be a little it's like a Dukes of Hazzard yeehaw.
Yeah.
Guess he's not there. Kind of feels like Ghostface chasing.
A little bit, yeah.
Why do you think that movies continue to do like the whole like chase thing?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he could just done that right at the outset, and
oh no,
I get
it makes it more exciting.
Yeah, but I feel like it's been done so much. It's like, all right, well,
it's hard. It's hard with fantasy, especially because you can just be like, well, couldn't they just blank?
Is it me or does this shot right here just feel almost like a fan fiction?
Yeah,
movie? It almost kind of has that feel like
we shot this in our backyard.
Yeah, we don't really have like the budget for like a Star Wars looking set. But, like there was indoors. So there's a little bit of like a.
We'll go out in the wood. Yeah,
I mean, we can kind of get away with just the woods.
Like, yeah, that shot right there. That looks like gloves you bought at the Home Depot with. And just
your mom's gardening gloves. They just kind of worked with the costume you had.
Guys, we made episode 7.
Yeah, like a poster, but it's like I don't know. Kind of looks good, but it kind of it still tells on itself that it's a fan movie. What do you do? What do you do there?
I don't know. Why didn't he do that before?
He Oh, it was just a little force, like
It's just a little. This should be a little playful.
just go to sleep.
Got ya.
You think he'd just like be dragging her with the force behind him, not carrying her?
I don't know. I think the Force can tire you out. I mean, it literally kills Luke later on.
Nah, that is true. He literally dies from it.
Grogu has to take a nap whenever he did it.
And Grogu lifts some toads or frogs, and he's
He's out of breath like everyone else in this universe.
that was a very like powerful scream. You see his face?
Yeah.
I love you. But they even toyed with it in the Rise of Skywalker. Their little love interest thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff toyed
Well, the whole
with
like falling in the devil's snare. You know what I mean? Where he's like, Ray,
oh,
there's something I never told you. Like, what? You have the Force. You love her. What's one of the two?
It's like in Zack Stone is going to be famous when they're in the haunted house.
Oh yeah. Oh look, Leia almost kind of wearing buns, just in case you don't recognize her. You'll know.
For you guys to know, this is. Remember him?
I feel like him showing up was almost kind of.
My favorite part is the arm.
Yeah, like I know there was a comic book.
Yes, it's in
like a short, limited thing
there's
just to explain that.
Yes, yes,
So-
I did. I've read that comic.
That's cool.
It's basically
Okay, speaking of that, I think the whole I think they had a line of like comics, books, all kinds of like material, like the journey to the Force Awakens. To me, when this first came out, when Disney was first like, all right, we're gonna make a sequel trilogy. At first, they did a pretty good job at like making it feel as if this was gonna be something big, like super connected. The storyboard or the story group or whatever was gonna be very kind of aware of what was going on. Like they'd have all these connected stories, and it would feel like what fans always wanted to be this like deep connected, kind of like the EU was, but more like you're putting more thought into it in terms of
budget.
Well, yeah, and also like making sure it's like it makes sense, like it's cohesive, like it's not you don't have any contradictory things, I guess. And I mean, just the fact that they had that stuff, like the journey to the Force Awakens, was kind of, I mean, it got me excited for the movie. I think.
You see that yellow droid back there?
Yeah,
Oh, I've seen that in person.
at the Disney place.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, at Galaxy's Edge.
Owl. Like, I feel like
The theme park is canon.
isn't it a also suspicion, or at least it was in like 2015 of like their romance,
Yes,
but beyond a little bit just bromance.
because like this hug.
Hang on,
And
like,
then when he looks at him, he does the lip bite.
Yeah, let me see.
Looks good on you. And he was
Oh, he bites his lip.
like, yeah.
I know they.
Watch.
Hang on. That's my jacket.
There's a question. It looks good.
Well, okay, no, that them. I think them grabbing the screenshot of him doing that is a little misleading because he pauses and then he's kind of like
About to say something again.
I feel like the way I read his face there was not like a you look good. I don't think it was like that. It was more of like
"Keep that
a
jacket. You look.
no. It was more of like a. He made the face as he went on to the next thought, like the hit him on the chest, and he said something. I don't even know what he just said, but I don't know.
Yeah, that jacket.
That would have been interesting though.
That jacket would look better on the floor.
Okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it turned out to be nothing. It turned out no one was
Even if they would have gone that route,
Is that healing it? That
why is he okay with it? Maybe Chewie's a little
you're so brave.
maybe like a little kid. Maybe Chewie's got a little prejudice problem. I don't know. I mean, he didn't have any problem with her doing it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Like she's cool. She's nice. She gives me lollipops.
they only did that to be like, well, you got to have the episode 7 figure of C-3PO now.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, kind of like in episode. Like I feel like they all have that. Like the prequels was like that a little bit.
So, oh, you want the one that's all wire, and then the one that's got the fake plates or the rusty plates. You're telling me R2D2?
He's just taking a nap in the corner.
He's out of commission.
Is this like him choosing to not be on? How does this work?
I think it is a choice. Like Luke's gone.
He's depressed.
Do we ever? We haven't seen that because since now we've seen R2 with him on like Octu with Grogu or so we don't know how he separates from
Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
He's like, you know what? I'm going back. I mean, someone had to come get him, or he got in a ship and flew himself.
He's like, I'm out of here. Luke's bumming me out.
Maybe Mando takes him.
Yeah, but hold on. That means like, yeah, somehow he would have to get away. I don't know.
And the X-wing is crashed, obviously, in the water. We see that in episode 8.
Did Luke just like say goodbye to the Jedi, but also his friend in R2D2 was like, yeah,
everyone get out of here.
Also, that was a sign of things to come. R2D2 was a kind of presented what Luke, or foreshadowed what Luke might have been like. In a way, just kind of like he'll never be his old self again. In a way,
and if R2's like
upset,
I don't want to be with him.
He's not whistling anymore. He's not rolling around. He's not doing that little like flying thing he does sometimes. He's just upset. So did they get a divorce? Is that what
I think they're separated?
Separated.
Is marriage in Star Wars? Is there like a
yeah, Anakin and Padme? Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
Often forbidden, but
duh. Well, she can't. She's a Jedi.
Okay, but no, she's not really like.
She's not really a Jedi because she's a girl.
No, it's not even. She had that one moment on Endor or whatever it was. And she gave it up to pursue politics, I think.
For a second, I was like, how is Ray there? But it's like, oh, yeah, he...
He's like, what's up?
What's up? What's good?
He like, does the, like what's up? Uh-oh. What is it people say? It looks like a kid from Hot Topic or something. Like, wow. She kind of looked at him with like disgust, but it was also kind of like maybe she's like, wow, I didn't realize that was underneath the helmet. Like, ew. She's kind of gross, but also kind of like,
you're not Kylo Ren, you're Daddy Ren.
Okay, stop.
Oh, I forgot about what happens at the end of the night. Never mind.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I forgot about how.
Well, hold on. Yeah. What is it? If you explain it in a certain way, it seems weird. Where it's like, technically, if Palpatine is like this kind of godlike father of Anakin, and then Anakin is the grandfather of Ben. Palpatine, who would be they're like, yeah, it's like the father, so to speak, of Anakin. Like they're like cousins then.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I don't know, or no, yeah, cousins.
Star Wars, but Star Wars.
Exactly. I don't know how they kind of. But then, is it even confirmed that that's? I feel like
Sweet home Tatooine.
Stupid. So stupid. Okay.
Someone has to have made that joke.
Of course. I don't know. Like a kid in the corner pooping his pants doesn't want to. I feel like that was kind of cool. Don't be afraid. I feel it too.
There's been an awakening.
She does like a pretty good job at resisting this from just.
Yeah, for having no
like mental training in that regard.
Yeah, it's like she's really good at it.
Just look constipated, and her face changes right there. Like, yeah,
just do it.
And he's like, oh no,
harder. Yeah.
What are you doing? All right,
yeah, come on,
stop.
Try it. Come on. That's what she's doing.
I mean, she is teasing him. Like,
what? This can't be. My powers are weak.
I mean, she really is kind of.
He's gotten training.
She even moved. She bucked at him.
He's got training from Luke Skywalker, and she's
just like, just pin it back on him. Oh gosh. Well, he's not really doing it. He's actually like his face. I don't want to say his face is acting, but like he's portraying a certain look.
He's collected.
He's not just doing the thing where I think sometimes heavy breathing is like a more shallower version of trying to show that you're like distressed or confused or upset or something.
Finn?
Well, I'm just saying like that could have been like a director's choice, like like make sure you're breathing heavy. I seem to remember even in like the Star Trek remake, a lot of people breathed heavily, and that was a J.J. Abrams.
I think Adam Driver is, by all accounts, the best actor in this movie. Like,
yeah, I think so too.
I think in all these movies, I think like
he's pretty good.
Even based on performances outside of Star Wars.
Yeah,
I think he is the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, we got a helicopter.
No, it's a steamboat.
It's a bug.
Snoke, what he just said there was almost kind of like you could almost interpret it as if he knows something, or like they were on the lookout for someone like Rey, or like he's just happenstance. This girl has
nice
force powers. That's kind of cool.
What a nice coincidence.
Yeah, bring her.
Hey, you know who that is?
No.
You know what actor's under that helmet?
How would I know? I don't.
It's Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig?
Yeah. James Bond.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Because they shot this at Pinewood, the same place that they shoot James Bond.
He was on lunch break, and they're just like, "You want to?"
I guess.
Just. Let's see. He has like long, slick back hair. Kylo's helmet. Yeah.
Da, da, da.
But it is, yeah, like that whole thing right there, where it's like that is something you wouldn't necessarily know to do, even if you kind of knew you had some powers.
You might try that.
I mean, maybe. But like
she saw
it's
A
kind
New
of
Hope.
like Harry Potter in the first movie, kind of. Just knowing that he can do some things that other people can't. Like there's something a little bit different about him, and him being like, when Guardium Levy, that's like, why? How would he know that to a certain extent? That
like
he
Neo,
can manipulate people with his mind and his powers.
Neo just
like directly, like he could tell them and command them, like the voice in Dune.
Oh, so funny.
Like never mind. Nice sun.
Nice morning sunrise. Yeah.
Beautiful day. Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
Oh, they're pulling from the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's like another, like, draining the power of the sun.
You know how much... I don't even think that would... I mean, I don't think that's possible.
Didn't they do that in freaking Star Trek 2? The remake, there's something very similar to this.
Yeah.
JJ's like, that was actually kind of mildly successful, and most people didn't necessarily hate it. Let's do something similar. I
love the...
this one is just bigger, and it's a planet. It's a trap. Who's that guy's name again? The guy on the left?
Snap Wexley.
That's cool. He like a...
For as forgettable as these movies are, I'm actually very surprised at myself for being able to remember most of the characters.
What was that guy? He was in one of the books, The Journey of the Force Awakens thing, like the Aftermath trilogy or whatever. And he had like a B-1 battle droid thing that he named like Bones or something. And he had upgraded and made it a certain way or something. I don't know. May not know what that is.
Guys, Galen Erso also designed this.
Guys, this is the plan, yeah. At least that's not... At least that wasn't like the MacGuffin or whatever, or like not the MacGuffin, but like the well, I guess it would
It
have been the
was,
MacGuffin.
yeah, definitely.
I'm saying the whole like they were trying to get those like the plans to the Star Killer base, like how to destroy it. At least it wasn't like that.
How'd they get these plans? There's a whole Rogue 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a whole spin-off movie about them getting the plans to this one.
Is that Nia Nub?
I think it is him. I'll see you later.
Jacket still looks good.
The
Is it
jacket still looks really good on you.
Stop. Here, well,
Oh, there's a weird shot right here where when they I'll show you in a second when they like look how out of focus Leia looks a little.
let's see.
Right here, it's when they hug.
It's almost like she wasn't there.
When they hug and they zoom in, watch how blurry it gets.
So I still love you, right?
I know.
It says the Indiana Jones line about all the women. Say it.
What line?
Isn't the Indiana Jones like?
Watch. Watch it get blurry. Look, you see it get like out of focus?
Son.
You see it a little?
Almost looks like touched up with some. Our son. That kind of gave it away, don't you think?
You 100%, and then the next shot is him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% gives it away.
There are probably some still people like, dude, I don't know, man. We may not even know. We may not have been introduced to him yet.
So is that Darth Vader?
Is
that Darth Vader's son? Is that Darth Vader's son? No.
I could have sworn somehow I remember someone telling me like, yeah, dude, these are like more prequels or something. I'm like, it literally says episode 7. Like it felt like elementary school, though we were in high school, of like somehow a kid had just got it so wrong.
Wait, what?
So badly.
Well, say it again. Sorry.
Like somebody thought that these movies, like when they first came out, like yeah, it's gonna be like more prequel movies, and it was like, dude, no, like it says episode 7.
I think maybe it's gonna be.
Well, no, they thought it was supposed to be before. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It's stupid.
this is the actual episode 4, and episode 4 is actually episode 7.
Yeah.
I feel like how do you get that out of there now?
I guess get another ship and
Get a tow truck.
Yeah.
I like that like rock formation. They built into the cliff sides, and it's like that's kind of cool. They didn't just
he just said his dad's first and last name. Is that?
Oh, no, you don't say that when your dad comes home.
No.
Like,
don't. This part right here is kind of
That's not how.
Yeah. That's not how.
Sanctions.
Sanitation.
Oh,
that's what he worked. He's basically like a janitor.
That's right.
I'm just here to get Ray. He should have said something about the relationship, like there's bigger things here than
girls.
Yeah.
Classic line of the sequel trilogy.
That's not how the Force. I mean, kind of.
That's not how the Force.
You had to pick one that's like, yeah.
It is one of the standout lines.
The worst line in this movie. I think I know what might be yours. I know what mine is.
Have we already heard it?
No, mine's coming up.
What is it?
The later interactions between Finn and Phasma. I'm in charge. I'm in charge. Like, I wanted to, like,
talk about another wasted character.
That made me shudder when I first saw it. And yeah, this right here. Oh, gosh. Makes me so uncomfortable.
Ugh.
And Han's like, bring it down. Like, why did they do that? I don't know. It just
calm down, son.
I was like, no, just bring it down. Like, I don't know. It just
I love this. Like, we can just.
She almost kind of like is Ben Kenobi right now.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna go turn the tractor beam off
or whatever that noise. Yeah. Sneaking around the Death Star. mean, that's new.
It's a grit. I know this. It's
Hacks into it and
well, it's just
destroys the Death Star that
it's
way.
literally it's like why would that switch be there?
And what is it supposed to do? What is it about to do? Oh, she doesn't really know. She's just kind of testing things out, I guess. Well, let's see what this does.
That's like there's a lot of conveniences.
Yeah. I feel like that's that's very true in action movies in general. But yeah, this one, I feel it. I feel it in
What
this
do you
one.
think? What do you think I say the worst line is?
I thought you were going to probably agree. Maybe the droid please thing or...
The droid.
That was just more like, really?
That's like in Black Panther when they do the "What are those?"
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of like that.
But that's tied to the real world, though.
I know. That
much more...
It makes a lot more sense than this, but it's still like, well, you just dated yourself.
Yeah.
It's like
Fortnite and game or whatever.
Yeah. Noob Master 69.
Okay.
It's like they really made that. They made a 69 joke in an Avengers movie.
Used the word noob, and they were playing Fortnite. Okay. What is the worst line to you? What did you pick? I don't seem to remember what. What
The worst line in any of the Disney stuff is the rebellions are built on hope from Rogue One.
You think so? Wait, when does that even happen? I don't remember.
It's only in the trailer.
Oh,
it's not actually put in the. That's another reason why it's bad.
Rebellions are built on hope.
But rebellions are built on hope. It's like,
I don't think it's that. It's not as bad as I'm in charge now. I'm in charge. Like,
no,
I don't think it's as bad as that.
Are we?
You go. Movie.
Oh, this movie.
This movie, I think that's the worst line.
That's the worst. No, it's like the words you get. That's a story for another time.
I feel like that might be the worst line, in a sense, because it describes so much of these
issues.
Yeah, it's a story for another time. We'll get back to it, but actually, not really. It's kind of like the main problem, just perfectly said by her. Did he say hell no?
Yeah, you got real comfy with.
That seems. Is that a Star Wars thing to like cuss like that? I get like damn or like.
It's like your tauntaun phrase before you reach the first marker. Then I'll see you in hell. Yeah.
Like imagine like Luke in like A New Hope when he shoots all like the TIE fighters like hell yeah. I don't know.
So I mean, Han Solo says I'll see you in hell, so they have a concept of the afterlife.
Yeah. I mean, there's. I mean, being a Jedi is in a sense a religion, and then it has some kind of afterlife belief, or
it's a religion where this.
Oh, I love you. He look at him cheesing, man. He really likes this girl. Like he seriously likes her, and she's definitely into him too. And he's like, "Cut it out.
Just get over here.
We got stuff to do.
I gotta die."
Yeah, he's gonna die in a few minutes, and they're gonna act like they've known him for quite some time,
years. It's like I don't think they've gotten a good. I don't think they've slept since. What is the time frame of the beginning of this movie to now?
Well, let's see. If it's anything like A New Hope, it was like it's like a weekend maybe.
Yeah,
I think it's a joke we've made before. It's like A New Hope was just like, yeah, it was a weekend, like, and then Empire feels like a weekend too, and Return of the Jedi. Man, they all feel like weekends.
They all feel like a day. Like
this one feels like a day because it feels like maybe a few hours ago. I mean, they still got the same clothes on. I mean, that's not necessarily an indication that time hasn't passed because they're wearing the same thing
Attack
always.
Attack of the Clones is a few weeks.
Yeah, that one does take some time. And Revenge of the Sith is a few times. Or Revenge of the Sith's time doesn't make sense because it's like, Annie, I'm pregnant. And then what feels like days later, oh yeah, we're having the kids. It's like
it's been months.
Yeah, but it's like really 9 months went by. Okay.
Or like realistically, I'd probably say at least 5.
Sorry, that sounded bad. I don't know. Revenge of the Sith's time feels the most Like, oh,
Yeah, and
it was 9 months.
Phantom Menace feels like a weekend,
Yeah, Attack of the Clones. Yeah, it feels like
a
like
couple weeks, because like they go on like vacation for a little bit, and
they had that like night scene where they're in the front of the fire. And they profess love, and Anakin reads poetry and stuff. New Hope, yeah, a weekend. I get the original trilogy feels like a weekend or so. I don't know.
I think
This feels like a day.
the longest of the original I think is episode 6, because like when they have like that night chilling out, like it's like
Oh yeah,
it's like it's Jabba's palace, and then they all go to bed. Then she tries to take Han Solo. Then they wait till morning. They go out. They put him in the Sarlacc pit. They leave. They go to Endor. They're at Endor that night. They have like the cookout with the Ewoks,
Oh yeah, a barbecue.
and then they have the fight the next day. So yeah, it really is like 3 days.
Mm-hmm. It looks much different without like the cape on, like where he's just kind of helmet and
Looks very like martial arts.
yeah, almost like a GI Joe kind of thing.
Look at that flare.
Nice. Excuse me. Where's my son?
Oh, he gave her a jacket. Take it.
Wow, I'm telling you, man, like they teased so much of their relationship and did nothing with it.
To be fair, she is wearing rags. She might have asked for it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you got like
You
that,
think Finn was
you've
like,
got that
looks good on you.
you've got that stormtrooper insulated like under
thick like shirt. It's
Yeah.
Under Armour, so
yeah, it's like, and she's wearing literal.
wait, does he see him? Oh, there he is.
Why didn't he just talk
You
to
haven't
him?
cleaned your room in 10 years.
You know something's gonna go down because they go out on this bridge.
It is kind of like, yeah.
You know exactly what's gonna happen right now. Like you can tell exactly. It's like, oh, he's gonna go out there and there's
Bridge
gonna be
of Khazad-dûm or whatever. I always thought that was a decent like just calling out like that.
You gonna say it when we have to get your nephew's attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I will. Turns around,
Han Solo,
calls him by his name.
like your dad goes, Nathan, Marty Gatron.
Okay, stop. Yeah.
Yeah, you can, and also everyone watching.
It's
why
kind of
they have to go
stormtroopers.
outside to climb up there?
Perfect lighting.
Like why they have to
They got the guy from the top with like the light, like at a theater.
stay a spotlight? You know?
Yeah, it's just like
It's like, why did they have to go out there just to climb up that ladder just to come into that door when there's and you see the stairwells
so
there?
they could see it. This I think is decently acted by both, and the line I think is actually kind of cool. Like, I know what I have to do.
Well, I have the strength to do it.
Yeah, because it's like his journey further along the darkness.
Yeah,
and it's like he wants to, but there's always that inner struggle
This is
that
one
you
of the-
see much more than just like that whole the light side pulling at him. It pulls at him much more than it did Darth Vader, and you see that in him more, like as part of his like character development, I guess. Supreme Leader is wise. He's like, Snoke is using you for your power.
The Emperor. Sorry, Snoke is.
Why is I don't know why, but Adam Driver in this movie looks so much younger and so much more like
Jewish.
He just looks more like a
Kid.
Like he's trying to be like a pretty boy or something like that in this movie.
Oh, I remember the first time I saw him, and it's like, that's a weird looking guy. But now it's like, oh,
it's Adam Driver. Yeah, he has a unique face, but
it's
eventually he's crying. You see Han, poor baby.
Oh, poor baby. We need to do a commentary on that.
Ding all the way.
Yeah, that would be funny. We hope. Han Solo is a bit of a
throwaway.
No. A little bit of a
bad. He would be a bad dad, I think.
A little bit of a simp, like
anything.
Yeah, of course I'll help you.
Well, he's trying anything he can to get his son back.
His son that he abandoned and hasn't seen since he was like, you're gonna go hang out with your uncle for a little bit, and then he hasn't seen him since.
Pretty much.
What if,
Oh,
I wonder what's going to happen now with this light change.
when it's getting dark and
What could this possibly mean?
does look pretty sinister.
I think he's going to make it out of this.
I was like, oh shit. What? Ray is just bawling.
Imagine you met someone.
That's pretty. Like, imagine looking your dad right in his eyes as you stabbed him in the chest.
It's not fun.
Oh. It kind of sticks with you, man. That's pretty insane. Though. Like, he was straight up looking him straight in the eye, just
look at
and
Finn.
just shoving.
See Finn just like quivering. Just
It's like the blood left behind on his.
What?
Finn.
Oh, did you see him?
Immediately. I feel like it'd be interesting if like Kylo Ren was like threw up because it was such a like a task.
Like, oh no.
I mean, think about it though. Like people sometimes, I feel like seeing something like that would happen, but like doing it and you're kind of pulled or you have some inner turmoil, like
Chewbacca. Chewbacca should have done that a lot sooner.
Yeah, like she was like, let's.
His reaction was like his reaction was also when he screamed. None of those troopers were like, "Yo, is that a Wookiee?" It was just like
who got a yeah. Like,
it was just then nothing, and it's like
it's like a
then,
video game character or villain. Like it was probably nothing. And they go back
and, then, and then pew, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. That face. He looked a little angry, a little upset.
It's like nah, I'm gonna wear my jacket now outside.
Yeah, why'd they switch? I was like, actually, it's really cold. I'm gonna do that back. But she's used to like hot desert planet. Why she's just like, yeah,
she should be like,
it's freezing. Yeah. I don't know. How did he get out there so quick? I guess episode 1 force speed or it was like Tim Burton. Not really.
Yeah, how did he get
out? Tim Burton character?
How did he get out there? You're a monster. You killed one person.
What was the significance of that, and also why do they change the the wounds having been cauterized? I guess in the prequels to this one's like, yeah, we're gonna be like A New Hope and make it blood.
I don't. Well, that blood was when Chewbacca shot him.
Well, yeah, but if you notice in the prequels, lightsabers, blaster bolts,
they're all cauterized. Cause
it's like it's not like, oh, I'm bleeding.
This is a cool shot.
Yeah, that definitely belongs on a poster. I think it might have actually. I don't know. I don't like that one. Come get it? Really? Why would he be this confident? Like, I get it. He just had his girl hurt and stuff, but that dude's I don't know. I don't know if I'd be. Also, I definitely don't think the Rey thing's bad enough, but the fact that Finn even gets like a couple, like, you know what I mean, like just even last this long is kind of like, all right,
pretty.
And then this right here,
pretty talented for having zero.
I just think it makes Kylo look weird. Like this guy picked up a lightsaber yesterday, or even like earlier this morning, and hits him in the arm or the shoulder. But then they explain it as if, how do they explain it? Like, oh yeah, Kylo, he just had like all this, inner conflict, and so he's a little bit distracted and weak. He's also been shot too. And then Finn just had his back, like sliced open, and yet, he's gonna be fine.
That took Luke a really long time to learn how to pull a lightsaber out of the snow.
He couldn't even do it when it was like lightly packed in the snow, and like this time, Ren or Kylo Ren is also pulling it. But what doesn't make sense is they're pulling it in the same direction. Do you notice that? Like she's just behind him, but it's acting like it's a tug of war game. But really, Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't it just immediately launch? Because they're both pulling back, like towards them, and they're standing in the same direction.
One thing I do like, I like that Kylo Ren is not very elegant with his.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's like he didn't get all the training. Now Ray should be also swinging like that, but she's got perfect form.
Hang on, I don't know. Is it good form, or is he just kind of like stand her own? I don't remember. Red 5 standing by. Are those still technically X wings, or do they like change the name?
They're X-wings.
Okay, I feel like I want to say the EU or whatever they had like updated version of them. They were called like X-wing something. I don't know.
X-wing 2 with the Y-wing.
Yeah. The Z-wing. The B-wing is probably the weirdest thing.
Yeah, the
And what's with like, yeah, let's just make them like letters of the alphabet. We're gonna make that like the model of our ships, kind of. What's another good letter? S. All right.
It's like what's a spaceship we can make look like a letter? I don't know. Like let's make
S would be the weirdest, or like Z. Like, good God.
Z-wing. Well, it's also like,
How do you pilot this?
how about this? The B-wing, but it looks like a T.
Yeah. And like, not even a good T either. It's like
It's a lowercase T.
yeah, like a short. I don't know. I feel like I don't even know how they're here, or like how they knew about this, or oh, they were just having a briefing thing. Never mind. No politics really that much in this movie. That's weird.
That was my favorite part of the prequels.
I mean, it is an aspect where it's like I feel
That-
like
there are parts of it that are good, and I think it was good to have some of it. There was a little too much. They leaned a little too much into it. And then this is like, let's have absolutely none of it.
yeah,
And it's like,
guys, it's like you can
have a little bit.
it's like CGI. It's like, yeah, like it wasn't the greatest all the time in the prequels, but a little bit here and there in these movies, like it goes a long way. Like
I think also a lot of the criticisms of the CGI was in relation to all the stuff added in like the special editions.
Well, I mean, the prequels, though. That's what I'm saying. Like the prequels, that's one thing that Disney seemed to, in the first like few years of owning Star Wars or like making the new movies. God, he's so sweaty.
Oh, I mean,
like it's real cold, but they tried to really distance themselves. It seemed
from all this,
from
it's
all
like
the
everything.
prequels.
Guess what? Everything is going to be practical. It's going to be like the original ones. You like the original ones, right?
Yeah. I feel like this would be a perfect moment, to just like elbow her, or
I just gotta think.
do something else.
If I just think about it really hard, I can do whatever I want.
She is kind of swinging, just sort of. Well, that's kind of like a form. I don't know. Cut his leg off. I don't know how I feel.
I don't know how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems kind of out of. I mean, again, all these criticisms have been said pretty much the night this movie came out. I think began to be said. As with most criticisms of Star Wars in general, but yeah, it just seems too much out of nowhere, like too unbelievable. It's like, oh yeah, she's just going to town on him, and I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm selling something on eBay right now.
Oh, well, that's good.
It's about that.
Oh gosh, I forget how bad that scar looked.
On because we've only seen it because episode
7
and 8
or no 8 fixes it. It was like freaking Marilyn Manson almost.
Marilyn Monroe.
No.
It's a little like it. It's like,
wait, so how did they destroy it? I feel like I missed that. What did they do? They
shot a torpedo into the 2-meter hole.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why did they go the route of making it so damn similar?
Let's do the exact same. Let's not even be close. Let's do the exact.
Yeah, and you like Tarkin? What about a younger version of that with a little bit more screen time, maybe?
Maybe a little angrier.
Yeah, less posh, maybe. Not as British, or like. I mean, I think Huck's character is British, but like Tarkin is like an old kind of English kind of.
Yeah.
Is he? So
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Finn probably should be dead, as with Kylo Ren. Like that, how hard she swung with the lightsaber. I lean to think he'd probably be missing his nose or
His entire face.
yeah. I don't think it would be just like what a sexy scar he has now. Like Anakin's or something like some where it makes him look tougher. Or
Hey
like
guys,
more...
remember this planet we didn't know about, and we just decided we could.
What is the planet even named? Like, obviously it's
Starkiller
Starkiller Base, but like, what's the
Star Killer?
Oh, that's the weapon thing. That's the Starkiller's like the I guess the final product of the planet combined with the Death Star kind of laser thing. Or no, Starkiller is the new technology, I guess, that's like the Death Star laser, but just upgraded.
Oh, because it kills a star to use power.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is sort of like Death Star, Star Killer.
Indistinct
a thing
chatter.
that brings death to stars, and then a thing that kills stars. Wow.
Like how Chewie's like, he was trying to help me, and I didn't want anything of it, so I'm gonna try to help him now.
Yeah. It's
like,
character development.
It's like, you gotta go find Luke. You know what? You take the Falcon.
That right there, Chewie walked right past Leia, and Han just died. I think a lot of people point that out. It's like Han just died. There's that connection, and Chewie's just like walks right by her. His best friend just died. Who
go talk to this girl?
May or may not.
Go talk to this girl you've only met.
Yeah, like Chewie didn't get to hug her or anything. He just like say good, like he's over there just like hanging out. Like
it's like the husband's business partner that you're also very good friends with. Just Chewie's like
that seems very strange to me that they.
Chewie's just like damn,
and you can see him in the shot.
And now yeah. All it will take.
That is such a strange thing when you seriously think about it.
And R2-D2 now knows because he's really been on this whole time, and
he's just been listening.
It's just like he's
been listening. Yeah, he's got his eye open, one eye looking. He's like, "Wait, what? Han's dead?" Palpatine's daughter's here. What is interesting is that he still remembers everything. R2.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a droid. He's just got...
Well, C-3PO had his mind wiped. Otherwise, he would know everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's because it's like, he can't talk, so he's...
He can. I mean, it's just not... A lot of people are going to know what he's saying. But then again, in Star Wars, and they have, like, translators and stuff. Like, Luke talks to...
Everyone... It seems like everyone understands droid.
Often by repeating what they just said. Boba Fett? Where? Like any language that's not English... That's like an animal.
I know
voice.
Darth Vader's coming. Like,
yeah. Yes, I understand that. Yeah.
Droid, please.
It's not a good line. Luke. Wait, so R2-D2 had the initial like map, and they just needed the missing piece, which begs the question: why was there? Who fragmented the map? Was it Luke?
How is there?
And also, why did he?
How is there not a full map somewhere? Also, look at that, looking like
my boyfriend. See each other again soon. Writing him letters.
And Finn just
Sleeping Beauty
jerks his
wakes
head
up. Yeah, yeah.
Well, if it was just like
Yeah, he just smiles, kind of like in The Sandlot. Like he's doing that just
sits there, and you just see a huge grin.
Yeah, just like
teeth and all.
No, I think it should be no teeth. Just kind of like a really wide, closed mouth smile.
Almost like I tricked you.
You know what she was wearing in Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, she hasn't changed her clothes since now.
And to think, in like 10 minutes in story time later, uh, she's gonna meet Luke basically, like this same day.
Well, yeah, we see it in this.
I know. I'm just like the whole like
the entire events of the Last Jedi.
Yeah, it's like this is just it's a few moments away.
Yeah,
like it's about to begin. Like, oh.
Oh gosh,
and then,
you're right.
Which makes you think like the whole idea of her developing and getting stronger and training is like, dude,
it's been
this is just a day later. If even that, like,
let's
some
all
of these
go,
guys haven't showered since Circular Base blew up.
Let's all go send her off as bye,
yeah.
like a train departure.
Going off to Hogwarts in a way.
Yeah, it's like
learn that magic.
It's like who should go? Chewbacca and Rey, and let's give him the Falcon.
Let's see, his sister. Nah. R2D2.
R2 goes.
Okay, yeah, he goes.
Yeah.
Han. Wait, no, he's dead.
C-3PO.
Nah. Wow. She was like, yeah, this place is nice. He did kind of look at her like, you know. He's like, yeah. I don't know. Did you notice that? Like the look he gave her was like, yep, I told you this place was nice. Interesting how they're like, see, what did I tell you?
Oh yeah, we're here.
Just wait.
I hate this that dissolve right there. I hate when I first saw it. I hated it. I'm like, that is not a Star Wars transition. And also, she hasn't.
It feels like it feels like a YouTube video. It's like in 4K, like landscape things, and it fades in between different shots of like the drone footage.
The demo at Best Buy, and like, it's like she's just climbing up a few steps. It's not like this huge passage of time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she's only down there. Look, there's the Falcon right there. I mean, yeah, that would probably take, I think, an hour at the most.
Are they just like waiting down there for her
to?
And also, I'm curious to know in The Last Jedi, whenever we watch it, if like how quickly R2 and Chewie come back on the scene. Though there's a map to Luke Skywalker, would it give you anything else outside of like the actual planet that he's on? Would it be like, yeah, this is his address and his hut, and lead you to his backyard where he'll be standing over a cliff?
So is he the only person on this
wearing his Jedi robes?
Is he the only person on this whole planet?
No, there's those little creatures.
That's right, of course.
They have like a little village thing in the deleted scene. Also, why is he wearing his robes if he's
like, I'm not a Jedi anymore?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all he packed.
Well, no, I think it was like he was about to like burn down the tree or something like that, or like burn it all down, but like do it. Wear his robes as a final homage or like goodbye to the Jedi or something. I've heard something like that. But
how the hell did you get that?
Wow. I can't wait to throw this over my shoulder in a second.
It is like he looks at it like
it's a very long stare. And also not saying a word, just here. like very weird. Like imagine really weird interaction. Just some stranger like
someone came to your house.
This is yours. Yeah, just like you lost your car keys and someone comes up, some stranger just doesn't say anything, just holds your car keys.
And then you stand there and just look at it like
wow.
I think it's one of those like it's the Force.
Wow. You have my keys. Well,
boo, Kathleen Kennedy, boo.
Well, that was the Force Awakens. Definitely a film that is hard to
go back to.
The I guess enjoying it is not the same. Now that all the movies are out, it's just like just don't can't get too excited about it.
This is all is nothing.
And because of the setup of it, this movie is very much set up. It's kind of hard to watch, rewatch because it's just like that's not going to really be that big of a deal. And that's don't worry about that. Like. I don't know. Well, I think that was enjoyable despite the fact that it's
Oh yeah, it's
You know, it's not the worst one. I think it is the best one of the.
of the new ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's the worst.
Yeah.
I,
So
I is it better than Attack of the Clones? Maybe.
no,
Oh, you're right.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. None of these
are
are
better
better
than.
than a single one of the prequels. I'm sorry. Like at least not in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah,
I just think that there's too much where it's like at least those movies had certain qualities where it's like,
a
all
full
right,
story that's been thought out before it.
all right. It's like yeah, they have problems, but these are just like too much of the same. I know the prequels have similar things, but I don't know. They felt just different enough.
These feel soulless.
A little bit. It's just kind of like oh, and the whole like yeah, recycled. Like oh, it's Darth Vader kind of, and kind of like Tarkin and
I
Star
mean, it's
Killer
gonna be
Base, Death
it's
Star,
gonna
and
be weird.
Stormtroopers.
I want to see. It's gonna be weird to see how these movies age.
I mean, they've
Like
already aged pretty poorly.
like
It's
milk.
yeah, it's curdled. I mean, it's already.
Well, I'm trying to think. It's like someone like my dad.
Oh yeah,
He likes the sequels about as much as he likes the prequels, but because the prequels to him are like the sequels to us.
yeah,
Just like oh
yeah. It's weird how even people who didn't like the prequels initially, I think now have kind of come around to it. So it is kind of
well no,
interesting.
it's not people. It's people like us who are now the
Like
voice
older,
online who are like
grew up with those.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a part of Star Wars to us. But you know, I don't know if I'm
I
gonna
do
look
think
back at these
Terry
movies.
Douglas did good in this though.
Who the heck is?
They did the ADR voice
Oh,
stuff.
okay. I mean, there might be a point where I was like, actually, yeah, these are growing on me. Like when we're like in our 40s. Like, yeah, I remember watching these like back junior year when this came out initially. I don't know, but that has been the movie, and we will see we'll watch The Last Jedi soon.
Some point.
I think it'll be
Probably sooner rather than
fun,
later.
maybe funner than watching this one because they get
Oh,
progressively worse. I
worse.
think. Well, actually, I don't know about that. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for watching or listening or whatever. And
I'm in charge.
yeah, no, no, no. Goodbye.